Okay, so in this video we are talking about number formatting. So this will be good for you, I guess, if you're pretty new to Flutterflow and you're just starting building your apps and you haven't yet explored all of the options available to you, or if you maybe something you've sort of struggling with or whatever, you may get some use out of it as well. But we'll dive into it quickly. This is not complicated at all and should not take too long. So whenever we're displaying data on a page, we have the option to format it in a text object. So here we've got a date. Now I've got the default set as not yet chosen because the user has maybe not chosen the date, but we've formatted the value in there, which I'll come to in a second. In here we've got a number format, and then we've got on a component here we've got another date format, and we have got a number format. So I'll go through these quickly and then we'll maybe look at another app with some different options. So essentially we want to display some form of data in a text object, and in this instance we want a date, but we can format how we want the date to look. So again, if you've experienced Flutterflow, you've been using it for a little while, you're going to know this already, but if you are new, you're probably not going to maybe know you can do this, and there's quite a few options you can use. So for dates, essentially whatever you want to display in there. Now in our app here we're displaying our data from a app state, which is a date time format. So our app state that we're using, which was called end date, is a date time format, and that then allows us to then tell Flutterflow how we want the date time format to look. Down here you'll have some options. So in our options, with it being a date time, so the date time to Unix timestamp, you're not going to use that if you're doing anything customer facing. And then you've got the no further changes, so that'll just display it in whatever format Flutter stores its datetime formats. So if we click the datetime format option, we then get a ton of options. We can choose any of these particular formats, so it'll be depending on what part of the world you're in. Obviously you've got the American style, we've got the European style. The UK we maybe do it differently, and then you've got times. You can go 24-hour clock like we use here, but in the States maybe they don't use that so much, for instance, and you'll have AM and PM, that kind of thing. So you can choose your custom dates that you want to set up, the pre-selected ones, or indeed you can in fact create your own custom dates. So in the Flutterflow docs there is some information on constructing dates, so I'll drop the link in the comments down below, but you can use any of these format specifiers to construct however you want your date to look. So therefore you can go by quarters, different days, hours in the day, etc, etc. Everything that you can think of that you maybe want to display a date, and that is where you would get the information there to construct them. To be honest, I tend to just use the available ones because there's plenty there for almost any application I can probably think of, unless you're doing something very specific, in which case you want to go to the custom ones. But custom dates, date formatting, that is how you'd go about doing that. And then you go into numbers. So here we've got basically what it is. This is a gamey type app. I'm still building up how I want it to look, but ultimately you put in some information, it tells you when it thinks you're going to die based on some very vague science, and then it'll give you a predicted age, and then you get a bit of a clock telling you how long you got left, which is sometimes a little bit sobering, but hey ho. So predicted age, we want a whole number. Obviously we don't want any decimals. So again, we are showing this from an app state. Our app state is lifespan. The reason we are using a double is because basically the way the calculation works, we're doing some maths based on the amount of days you lose from smoking and drinking too much, that kind of thing, and doing the calculations we end up with decimal numbers, but we're actually displaying it as a custom number format. So in terms of numbers, you've got available options, and you can have no further changes or a number format. So no further changes, much like the dates, it will just display the number in its raw format, so it will be 79.3475 or whatever it calculates it to. But obviously that's not an age, unless you're unless you're 8, you don't say I'm 8.5. It's just not how we do it. So we want a whole number. So we're going number format, and within number formats, you actually get a whole bunch of options. We are going to custom format to specify the format, which I'll come to in a second, the way we're setting it up. Decimal obviously is fairly obvious. So the only thing is with that version of decimal, if you've got a 0.50 in and it is a currency, for instance, it wouldn't display the 0, it'd be 0.5, and that is not great. One of the app I'm going to show in a second is how we get around that. It's just using the custom formatting. It's very simple. So that is handy, but if you want to show 2 decimal places, even if it's a 0, like for a currency, you don't want to be using that. You want to be doing it in a custom. So the percentage is fairly obvious. It displays your number as a percentage. So therefore, 1234.56 would be 123,456%. Then the scientific, I don't really remember that from school, to be honest with you. It's not something I've used since. So if you're a scientist, that's going to be of use to you. But I don't think for most use cases that people are building apps for, it's probably not going to work. Here, fairly obvious. That's quite handy for if you are displaying large amounts of data. So for instance, you're doing, I don't know, populations, or it's sometimes handy for finance as well, depending on what you're doing. But there's quite a handy one for compact types. And then you got the same, but the long version with the actual words. So it'd be 1,000, million, billion, etc., etc. Then you got custom, which is where we get to. So let's cancel out of that because we'll go back into it. So custom number formats. Now, in the Flutter docs, again, I'll put the link down below. It does tell you how to construct these. So 00 basically means it will display the whole numbers and the digits, whether they are 0 or 1 to 9. So therefore, whatever the digit, it will display it, the whole number, and no decimals. So in the Flutter docs, what we've got, 0 just means we're going to display a digit, and that means it will display it, whatever the digit is, if it's 0, 1 to 9, as I've just said. So that is the custom formatting we're using for that particular scenario. And then locale displays a currency. I will just come on to in a second when I go into the other app. Like I say, this is trying to keep it on the simple side for really the kind of uses that most people are going to be doing, certainly if they're quite new to this. We do have some different characters, which I will just very quickly run through at the end. But if we go to the other app, okay, so this is another app where we got some currencies, values on a couple of different pages. Now this app is actually really old. I haven't opened this for really quite some time, and the formats are not probably as ideal as they should be, or I haven't updated them basically. So this is something we use every day for projects. The number of formats I used decimal at the time. So basically, if our value there as a currency has a 0 in it, it will not show it'll be 0.5, not 0.50. So that is something I need to change, which I'm going to do now, actually, while we're at it. And then, but with that, you get the option of what type of separator you want for your decimals. If you're from this part of the world, you're going to be using decimal points. If you are from some other parts of the world, I believe even maybe the States do it. They use a comma for decimals, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. But you can have it automatically based on the user's country. On a web app, that doesn't necessarily work, but it certainly does on a mobile app. So I'm going to change that now to a custom format. And the custom format I'm going to use is that one. So what that means is that will represent displaying a digit, but to omit anything that doesn't have a value. And obviously, as I've explained, the 00 will display both digits, even if it is a 0. So therefore, you get the decimal points sorted correctly. And then that there is in the documentation there, and that's what we've done. But if it's like 104, that the value is obviously 104, the 0 doesn't get omitted, if that makes sense. It's only if the value itself is 0. That is how we do that. So therefore we display our currency in the correct manner. And then if we want to display the currency, just tick the box there, and if we leave it blank, it will do it on a user's location. And on another page, we've actually got this enabled, and it also always displays dollars because this is a web app. It also displays dollars even though we work in pounds sterling. So again, I've never bothered changing it because it's an internal app. However, if we put the currency symbol in, that is what we would get in our display. So just confirm that. And then if we go head to the home page on the dashboard here, we've got one there for amount awarded, and this is where projects you have obviously won and lost and all the rest of it. And essentially we are still using that format, displays currency, and as you can see, we've got the currency symbol not included. But what we should be doing is changing that to your locale. The currency symbol will work on a mobile app. It doesn't seem to work on web apps, whether that's to do with the location of servers and things, I don't know, but we haven't managed to get it to work, and I've never bothered changing it, but I probably will do now. And then also I'll just change that number format back to the custom again, and just we'll display it that way, and then display as a currency, and we'll put that back in there because I've just removed it obviously when I changed the type. So confirm that, and then you can see there that's altered that. And likewise, we can do the same with that one. Still number format, obviously. Custom number format. And we are display the currency and a pound. That's number format. So just quickly, finish this off with the Flutter docs. I will, like I say, give you the link to these. However, essentially them I've just gone through. The decimal separator is fairly obvious, likewise the grouping separator, so you can put a comma in there somewhere. So if you want to put a comma after the thousands, you can put that in there. So we've got here some more specialist ones, of which some of which we can already do in Flutterflow with the currencies and the percentage, but he's a bit more specialist. If you want to look into those, you can. But for simple number formatting, that is really how you go about it. Dates, numbers are probably going to be the most common use case, I would think, for the users that are probably watching this channel, because I do focus more on sort of maybe some of the easier stuff. So that's it really. Hopefully that's something you're going to get some use out of. It does make for a better user experience if you use the correct number types and ones that make sense and look good. So that is it. So hopefully that makes sense. If it did, please consider like and subscribe, and I will speak to you in the next video.